This is an ebook I've created. It's for the low carbon heating technician, aimed at centres in the main. So I'll take you through. So that's the purpose of the ebook. There's a link to my website there if you want to click on that. Overview of the apprenticeship standard, some images of our centre, how we've got some air source heat pumps rigged up, some ground source heat pumps with the loops. We've also got the solar thermal, which is in another part of the centre, which isn't available on these images. Those are the three technologies that you will have to have in centre. So we've got the air source heat pump, the ground source, and the solar thermal. Every candidate will have to be able to, as it says at the bottom, design, install, fault find and rectify, service, commission and handover on all of those technologies. It's an idea of how I'm going to look at delivering in centre. So we've got our topics there, and if you look, we've got a few phases down the right hand side, so it's sort of when the information is going to be delivered in the classroom and in the workshop. Got the 10 duties from the employer group, so there's a link down there to take you to the page for my fate. So we've got year 1, then we've got some milestone ideas, and these aren't set in stone, they're just rough ideas that I've come up with. I'll just flick you through a few bits and pieces of what we've got. You can see how we're going through this. So in essence, what I was looking at doing, and this is all interchangeable, I was looking at sort of doing some design with all of them in year 1. Year 2 was all the install, and year 3 was going to be fault finding, servicing, etc. But I spoke to an employer and they wanted a different layout than that, which is perfectly fine. There's no issue with that whatsoever. So it can be all interchanged as long as by the end of year 3, as they go through Gateway, all candidates have achieved and met the KSBs. So this is some examples in this ebook of how to approach putting it together. Lots of random samples of what's inside. The practical training manual, how the classroom content will be delivered, how it will be assessed, because there's no qualification within the standard, so you've got to track and monitor the progress, how they meet in the KSBs. So I've devised simple sort of Google Classroom here, for example. You can use Microsoft Teams, whatever you want to do, and put some resources on there. I just want to mention this quickly as well, because I think this is quite important for the hidden curriculum within the qualification or a standard. So again, there's a link to the webpage there which explains all about the digital skills. A training pack covering the theory, a training pack covering the practical, examples of classroom content. So if I played that there, it's basically how I'm going to track the content. So you can play that video which is embedded in the ebook. Similar for the practical content. There's a run-through video there of the practical training manual, showing you what's in it. And again, things can be added to this practical training manual. Depending on the employer, they may request that a certain skill set is needed for their apprentice. You can add that in. It's not set in stone. It's completely in flux all the time, this training. Some examples there and another video of the classroom content and how that will be delivered over the practical training period of the 3 years of the standard. These are extra independent study pathways that I refer to them as, and it's extra reading content for the candidate to undertake while they're on the practical training period. Some examples of a scheme of work I've made there for, I think it's phase 1, that one. And that's sort of the end of that overview of the ebook for centres. So I'll do another little video on this, and which will take you through the practical training manual, which I've made an ebook for as well. So I'll see you on video 2.